The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA, I will walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepared a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with unu oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I will follow I all the days of I Ivan. And me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God Jah. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunemo. And here we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must, we would only do it on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Come here! And of course, my brother, my sister, my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, aromas, and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot where they are subjected to some good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce food in all its sumptuousness and palatability for the nourishment of the whole family. That is what we do here. Pick so many different ideas from all walks of life. Sieve out all these ideas and pick up the creme de la creme and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. Here we don't criticize, as you have been told, except to build and never ever to destroy. And here we are not neutral. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. Oh yes, that is why we say we are the headquarters of the truth. No politics, no politics at all. And that is what we say. All we do is patriotism. My brother, my sister, this is the voice of the people. And the voice of the people is the voice of God. I am most excited to be with you. We are live on YouTube, also live on Facebook. We are also on TikTok. You can find us on X. At the same time, on Instagram. We are called Black Empire Media. And this show is called The Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Please share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. Comment and like. Make sure that everybody gets to see this. Come here. Now the good news is here. We are sponsored by Tap Send, and I am a proud Tap sender. Now when we talk about Tap Send, we are talking about cutting down on waste. Cutting down on waste. Now you don't need to travel lengthy distances to locate a certain building where you will sit down, wipe off the sweat from out of your brows, and then start filling out lengthy forms in order to send money to Ghana. Tap Send is here to make it possible. In the comfort of your homes, you can send money to Ghana. That is why I am a proud Tap sender. My brother, my sister, are you in Australia? Maybe you are in Canada, maybe in the United States of America, maybe in the European Union, anywhere in the European Union. Maybe you are in the United Kingdom. Maybe you are even in the United Arab Emirates, capital Abu Dhabi. Maybe in the beautiful city of Dubai. You can send money to Ghana. And the speed is monumental. In fact, it's geometric. The rapidity with which money is sent, the speed, the momentum, oh my God, is faster than the speed of light. Are you doubting this? Ask other people who have dealt with Tap Send and they will tell you that they are proud tap senders. Can I show you the way? Please download the tap send app from Google Play or App Store. Once it is downloaded, you are ready to start sending money from all these places that I have mentioned. Australia, Canada, United States of America, the European Union, or the United Kingdom, maybe inside the United Arab Emirates. My brother, my sister, money will come to Ghana. Now, when you are sending the money for the first time, as a first-time tap sender, please use the promo code Blakk RASTA. And Blakk RASTA is spelled BLAKK RASTA. Remember, it is all capital, one word, Blakk RASTA, BLAKK RASTA. And when you do that, you get a huge bonus. You stand the chance of getting your community worked on when you use this promo code. How does it happen? Now, in Ghana, in our inner cities, what we call ghettos, a lot of things are happening in several communities. Tap send is responsible for this. That is why I am a proud tap sender. When you send using the promo code, you get huge discounts. And remember, on tap send, it is raining amazing rates. Go get it now. This is the Blakk Port, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And no matter where you are in the world, my brother, open your ears loud. Open your eyes wide, because something is about to hit you. This is the Blakk Port, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 1. Watch this. Oh Lord. And it says kids' gloves. Consider Maxwell Kofi Jumah'S age. Who knows Maxwell Kofi Jumah? The very controversial former boss of Gihok, Ghana's #1 booze company. It was established by the great Osagyefo, and his intention was to be able to supply the whole of the sub-region with alcoholic beverages and even feed the factories in the same zone. Booze making. My brother, my sister, the factory was booming hot. Now this man here is a father-in-law to Nana Akufo-Addo's son. In fact, Nana Akufo-Addo's son married his daughter. Now, interesting things, my brother, my sister. Can I tell you this? This man here was born on the 26th of June in 1950. In fact, he is 75 years old. Now, when he was the boss of Gihok, maybe because of consideration from Nana Akufo-Addo, who is an in-law to this man, he had his own way, according to the workers there. Every weekend, he will come for several tens of thousands of Ghana cedis to go for funerals and go for the weekend, whilst the company was struggling and dying off. Instead of encouraging customers and, of course, clients to deal with Gihok, he rather came out and told them, listen, if you think our prices are so high, forget about our drinks and go and drink water. So cheeky. He was still the same person who said, "Media mi pemapa." In other words, I am a womanizer. This man here, he's 75 years old. A few days ago, in fact, security personnel landed on his back and carried him in handcuffs all the way to investigate him. Why this Rambo style of picking him up? This is a politically exposed man who was an in-law and still an in-law to the former president of the Republic of Ghana. In his tenure of office as the boss of Gihok, my brother, my sister, he had his way. He did anything he wanted. He was so careless and quite irresponsible and ran down the whole of the Gihok. Nobody could talk to him. In this photograph, you see some of the beverages, in fact, produced by Gihok. He ended up running aground the great Gihok, built by the great Osagyefo, and he didn't care. Out of office, Now it looks like the chickens are coming home to roost. He's been picked up. And somebody is saying that, oh, you know what? It's okay to pick him up, but consider his age. This is the man talking. He's saying that, oh, you know what? Yes, you have picked him up, but consider that he's an old man. It reminds me of the book Oliver Twist. It reminds me of a character in that book, my brother, my sister, Fagin, who said, please, I'm only an old man. Treat me with caution and care. And this was a dangerous criminal. My brother, my sister, this is the guy who has come to ask the security apparatus to tamper justice with mercy. Come here. Now, my brother, my sister, it is interesting what is happening here. Watch this as it unrolls. It says, consider his age and condition. NPP MP appeals in Gihok misconduct case. Run the story. Now, Kwesi Adu has cautioned the ruling government against setting dangerous precedents through its actions, particularly in the handling of accountability for former officials. Now, reacting to the arrest of Maxwell Kofi Jumah'S, the former managing director of Gihok Distilleries Company Limited, by national security personnel at his residence in Kumasi, Kwesi Adu, in an interview on Joy Prime on Tuesday, July 1, 2025, expressed concern that the excessive force used by the operatives in effecting the arrest was unnecessary. According to him, even if Kofi Jumah had committed any wrongdoing, the security operatives should have considered his age and frail condition and treated him with greater care. Kwesi Adu, a member of the New Patriotic Party, warned that a future government might retaliate, cautioning the recent administration to act with restraint and uphold due process. I believe the way we are going about things in the country, we have to be careful. Well, we are not saying anything bad should happen. But when we are doing some of these things excessively, we have to look into the future. What kind of democracy are we building? If you were in that shoe, would you want the same thing to be done to you? If the man has done anything wrong, at least consider his age. And I appreciate the fact that yesterday at the police headquarters, they were able to process his bail conditions so that he goes home faster. Because I think they appreciate his frail situation and decided to let him go. His comments are in line with Kofi Jumah'S arrest by security operatives over alleged stolen Gihok vehicles. And that's where I'm going. Now, according to an earlier Ghana Web report on June 30, 2025, the arrest, which occurred on June 29, was described as sudden and forceful. Eyewitnesses, including Paul Yabua, Ashanti Regional Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party, reported that the operatives arrived under the pretense of requesting a conversation with the former Gihok boss, but proceeded to detain him after displaying what they claimed was a warrant on a mobile phone. He wasn't allowed to change his clothes. They bundled him into a pickup vehicle and took him to the Ashanti Regional Police Command. He is still in custody, awaiting further directives from Accra, Yandos said. Jumah has since been released from custody after being granted bail. Dash it and come here. My brother, we are not treating anybody with caution. If going to somebody's house and taking him on arrest and not allowing him to change his clothes is what you consider forceful, then we need more force. When this guy told the whole Ghana, the whole world, that he was a womanizer, did he consider his age? When this man was pilfering and taking money left, right, and center, albeit we are still waiting for the confirmation, did he consider his age? My brother, no mercy for the Alanta. No mercy for the cripple, let alone the Alanta. My brother, the Gombes have a saying that I want to share with you. They say that if a young goat decides to wear the rope of its mother, when they are beating the mother, they will beat the child to the same way as the mother. If you don't consider your own age, you don't consider that you are above doing some things, and that some things should be left for the young or for the old, and jump boundaries. My brother, my sister, when punishment comes, it will have no regard for your age or for your condition. Let's think about that. Kofi Jumah has been quite irresponsible with a lot of remarks that he made. How come a 75-year-old man, at the time of being put there as the boss of Gihok, my brother, my sister, he was well past retirement age. How did he qualify to be the boss of a whole Gihok Distilleries Limited? Was it political jingoism or manipulation or gymnastics? I want to know. Today, the long arms of the law are coming, and people already are coming to play the age card. At the time Nana Akufo-Addo was putting him in there, an old man like that, did any of these guys come out to say, hey, this man is too frail, do not put him in there, he's too old, find him somewhere else where he can sit on a lazy chair and smoke bonto in his retirement? No. Political consideration. He wanted to show the power of his waist. He told everybody how much of a womanizer he was. My brother, my sister, let us be so wise and think about our nation. I want to remind you that nation building is not one man's job. We all have to come together to build our nation. One man cannot do it. Mahama alone can't do it. Nana Akufo alone couldn't have done it. Kwame Nkrumah alone could not do it. In fact, it's a collective effort. How many of us know this cardinal? Yesterday he was at the National Prayer Day. You know him? Very powerful cardinal. And he's reminding us that we need to build our nation. But we cannot build the nation if we are so divided. We need a collective effort. How many of us know him? Cardinal Texan. Nation building is a shared responsibility. And this is Cardinal Texan to Ghanaians. Run it. A chancellor of the Pontifical Academies of Sciences and Social Sciences at the Vatican. Listen to what he is doing. He's a chancellor of the Pontifical Academies of Sciences and the Social Sciences at the Vatican. Cardinal Peter Appiah Texan has asserted that the transformation of Ghana is a shared responsibility, not the sole duty of the president. He made these remarks on Tuesday, that's yesterday, July 1, 2025, at the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving service held at the forecourt of the State House in Accra to mark Ghana's Republic Day. Now, the event gathered thousands of citizens, political leaders, and religious figures for a moment of spiritual reflection and national unity. Cardinal Texan urged Ghanaians to embrace patriotism. That's the word. And what? Civic duty. Dash it away. My brother, this is what the cardinal is saying. Patriotism and what? Civic duty. In my days, I was taught civics in school. Do we still teach civics in the school? How to be a responsible citizen, a civilian. We don't. My brother, my sister, right now our children have become Kama Sutra specialists. They watch more porn. They read more porn material than they know our own history. I said, our children now read porn material more than our own history. They are Kama Sutra experts. Write it down. Write it down. Our children, I said, these days are Kama Sutra experts. They read more porn material than our own history. How can you build a nation like this? With Kama Sutra experts, when we should have had people who are interested in our legacy and our heritage by reading and studying our history. A people with no knowledge of their past are not admissible into the future of the same land. Write it down. I said, a people with no knowledge of their past cannot be admissible into the future of the land. Hallelujah. This is too deep for some people. If you don't work, how do you reap? You don't have a knowledge of the past. Who did what to bring you here? How then can you carry now into the future? Oh, Jesus. This is what Peter Texan, the cardinal, is saying. It's a collective effort. Hold here, let me hold here. Let's pull that together and tie it into a knot so we can stand on it and cross the bridge. But some people have decided to be specialist thieves, criminals. And when the long arms of the law are coming down on them, we play the age card or the gender card. Let's be serious. There is an MP from Sisala, my own hometown, from my own people. My people hardly talk, but when it is most important, they talk. How many of us remember Dr. Hilia Liman, a president of the Republic of Ghana, who was ousted from power by Jerry John Rawlings after expending barely a year in power? This is the MP I am talking about. My brother, my sister, he has made utterances that are worth considering. Run it, my youth. Watch this from Ghana Web. Pampering corrupt suspects dignifies criminality. Sisala MP to Iyoko. Hallelujah. I wish I could meet this guy and shake his hand and say, Nanon, ere. Now, the member of parliament for Sisala West, Mohammed Adams Suparu, has urged the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Iyoko, to adopt a more stringent approach in combating corruption. He warned that the current practice of politely inviting suspects risks shielding and dignifying criminality. Now, reacting to the recent arrest of former Gihok Distilleries Managing Director Maxwell Kofi Jumah'S in an interview on Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily on Tuesday, July 1, that's yesterday, 2025, and monitored by Ghana Web, Suparu asserted that Ghana's fight against corruption will remain ineffective if suspects are handled with kids' gloves. Jesus. If suspects are handled with what? Kid gloves. Simply due to their political exposure or connections. If you sit and invite them to come at their own time with their lawyers, it's as if we are trying to dignify corruption. Yet, the same system has no sentencing. Someone who stole 500 Ghana cedis or a goat to 10 years. He said the system has no problem sentencing someone who stole 500 Ghana cedis or a goat to 10 years in prison. Somebody stole a goat. Somebody stole 500 Ghana cedis. He's in jail for 10 years. Yet these people who are avowed and sworn womanizers, who go for money for every weekend, money that is huge enough to pay 20 people, my brother, my sister, they carry that in one day and go and blow that on their womanizing sprees. And when what is bringing the money, the alcohol, the drinks are said to be priced so high, they come back and tell you, you know what, if you buy, go away, go and drink water. Hallelujah. What a marketer. My brother, my sister, Maxwell Kofi Jumah, you can be 6 million years old. We don't care. The law is the law. We must deal with people the way we have to deal with them. There are some cases, my brother, my sister, we would have to sit down and invite you. For instance, a man threatens that he will beat another man. We can quietly sit down and invite you to come to the police and give you time to appear. But when a man says, I will kill you, we have to descend on the man and carry him with full force, lock him up and start investigations. How many people agree? If a man says, I will bomb the seat of government, you don't sit down and invite that man to leisurely walk there with his 1 million lawyers in a palanquin and come and see you. You descend on them and carry them. If we truly are serious about corruption, this is the best way to tackle it. Catch them unawares. The security apparatus went to the house of Maxwell Kofi Jumah one time. He wasn't there. This man has how many cars? 3 cars, which are all said to be stolen. One of them was bought for less than 5,000 Ghana cedis. A car that cost several hundreds of thousands of Ghana cedis. He used political power, allegedly, to buy that for less than 5,000 Ghana cedis. You are catching such a guy. Somebody says he's old. Let's pamper him, carry him in a palanquin, beat Adwa around him. King, 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 king. Obao, na now pen man obao, obao, womanizer no obao, 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 and then we put powder on his head and break. You are joking. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, and here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Send your comments in. We're going to be doing more. Until then, hey ya! Who are you? Who are you? It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, and here we speak truth to power. My name, Blakk RASTA. Next story. Watch this. No vaccines as COVID-19 returns to Ghana. Woo! They call it the H1N1 whatever virus. Simply put, it's COVID-19. Maybe its second coming, it should be called COVID-20. The West made a lot of money out of this deadly virus. It used to be called the Wuhan virus. How many of us remember that? The China virus. The Chinese fought it so hard because they realized that the West was trying to destroy its economy, calling a virus by it. They fought it. Because the moment they started calling it the Wuhan virus, many were those who were not ready to even deal with Chinese. People who saw Chinese people ran away from them. I remember some Chinese people in Ghana. Police had to ask them to be cordoned off because every Chinaman was seen in Ghana as a carrier of this so-called Wuhan virus. But the Chinese did a good job by fighting it off. Then later they tried to blame it on black people. In China, Africans were targeted and seen as carriers. In fact, of this dirty virus. But they knew where the virus was made. Africans don't make viruses, but every dirty virus is accredited to Africans. We remember when they brought us Ebola. They said it came from the African green monkey. Every disease is from Africa. Every good thing is from the West. HIV/AIDS came. Oh, they slapped it on Africans. My brother, my sister, Africa is a disease continent. Yes, to the West, Africa is a disease continent. When Europeans and Americans are coming to Africa, they carry a whole luggage of drugs and medicines because they believe that they are coming to the land of diseases. True or false? Thankfully, a lot of them have come here and they have come to see that they have only given a dog a bad name so they could hang it. Africa, whether they like it or not, will be the capital of the world anytime soon. It's the future of the world. It's the youngest continent. And if the youth are the future, then Africa is the future, whether you like it or not. Now, COVID-19 came. We all were panicking. Doctors were jumping walls and fences to run away from patients who were said to be carrying the virus. Do you remember? But our doctors did so well, and I salute them. They all stood their two grounds. Nana Akufo-Addo did so well, increasing their salaries and giving money to health workers for the risk they were taking. Today, when I hear Mahama is also insuring fire workers, fire service, I doff my heart and I say, this is what we need in this country. We don't respect those who sacrifice more than necessary for us. A teacher is not at the same risk as the fire worker. A teacher is not at the same risk as the doctor, especially in times of pandemics. That doesn't mean the teacher is not important. I am a teacher myself. My family is a teaching family. So I love teaching. But truth be told, when there's a pandemic, teachers don't appear there unless they are sick. The risk to a doctor of health or a health worker at the time is far higher than that of a driver, a teacher, or a mechanic. That's what we're talking about. So they need to be insured, especially around those times. Fire people are always out there fighting fire. They need insurance, and Mahama is doing that. My brother, my sister, when COVID-19 came, we all were panicking. Even those who caught it early were scared to tell their families that they had that, lest their names will spread all over that they were deceased after they caught COVID-19. I remember the health minister, very, very irresponsible health minister, who decided to push away the parliament and go out there looking for the so-called COVID-19 vaccine. This guy here, he was the health minister. Very irresponsible guy. My brother, my sister. And the president made him feel like what he had done was a joke. There was no problem with that. He went all the way to seek the Russian version of the vaccine. And he was ready to pay twice to some people with questionable characters. It took a Norwegian whistleblower, a journalist, to come out and say, hey, Ghana, your health minister is running after people with very, very questionable characters. In fact, they are actually on the watch list of the FBI. They are criminals. Before some of us came out so angry, and then the parliament had to call this guy there. Why did you decide to spend Ghana's money looking for a so-called COVID-19 vaccine? And that was Sputnik V. Do you remember Sputnik V? From Russia. When Russia was selling it for less than $10, he was ready to buy it for close to $20 from these people with characters so questionable. Terrorists. They took the money from him, and Ghanaians asked for the money to be returned. The people couldn't deliver. It was a 419. They only brought a few for him to see that it was good. Why did he do that without consulting? They took him to the Parliament House. He told a lot of lies under oath. This guy should have been languishing in jail. But if we want to do that, they would say he's an old man. Show him some respect. Such idiots who are ruining the nation. If you are 1 million years, we'll still jail you. 1 trillion years will treat you like a 15, 17, 18-year-old strong person. Carry you by force because you didn't have any respect for the nation. My brother, COVID-19 was dealt with nicely thanks to the Nana Akufo-Addo government. They did quite well with COVID-19. They made a lot of fortune with COVID-19, yes, but they did well. Ghana was one of the countries that was said to have done so well with the virus. And when the virus left, we became careless again. We will eat by the roadside. We will do everything silly. We will not wash our hands anymore. No, after all, the African virus is not dangerous. COVID-19 has come back. And you know where it is hitting most? University of Ghana, Legon. Over 30 people have been clamped down. And now, Ghana has no vaccine. Look at the report. Watch this. COVID-19 resurgence. Government initiates moves to secure vaccines. Listen, the word is to secure. Let's understand the health minister more. Run it. The government has initiated the necessary measures to secure vaccines to protect vulnerable populations following the resurgence of COVID-19 at the University of Ghana. This was disclosed by the Minister of Health, Kwabena Minta Akando, when he addressed Parliament on Tuesday, July 1, 2025. He clarified that while the COVID-19 vaccination is no longer part of the country's routine immunization program, in line with global trends, it remains a vital tool in protecting public health. I wish to clarify that the COVID-19 vaccination is no longer part of the country's routine immunization program. Indeed, this is the case in most countries. That said, vaccinations remain one of the important tools that can be used to control the spread of COVID-19 infections and, more importantly, prevent severe disease and deaths. As a result, in a preparation for a potential surge, we have initiated the necessary process to secure vaccines in country. This is in line with our policy to protect the health of vulnerable populations, particularly people with underlying medical conditions and the aged who are more likely to develop severe diseases, he remarked. Now, the health minister also warned of a seasonal rise in flu and cholera cases during the rainy season and advised citizens to remain vigilant. We are seeing a rise in seasonal flu cases, as we typically do during the rainy season. These flu symptoms, fever, cough, sore throat, can resemble COVID-19. So we urge everyone feeling unwell to visit the nearest health facility. My brother, how are we securing the vaccine? Are we going back to Russia, or we are going to America? Maybe we are going to England. My brother, we are behaving like the proverbial vulture. When the rain is falling, we sit in the rain and say, the moment this rain stops, I'm going to build my house. The moment the rain stops, it starts to fly away, hopping from one rubbish dump to the other, looking for rotten carcass to fill its belly before it realizes another rainy season has come. And it says the same old stupid thing to itself. I will build my house right after this rain. My brother, my sister, when COVID-19 came, remember all the herbalists that came together and said they were going to fight it? Remember how we said we're building our own vaccines? Remember how we said that we were ready with our own vaccines? Several years after the vaccine went away, we have become so redundant in our thinking. Now it is back. And we are running back to Russia for Sputnik V. We ran back to England and America and Europe for them to think for us again. What happened to our doctors? What happened to our pharmacists? What happened to all our great brains? We have brains that are sharp with corruption. The average Ghanaian mind, if channeled in the right direction, can build a space shuttle. But we channel it in the direction of criminality. So we become master thieves rather than space scientists. Kai, I wish somebody would write this down. Write it down. I said, the average Ghanaian mind can build a space shuttle if directed in the right direction. But it is mostly directed towards criminality. So we become master criminals rather than space scientists. If you test the IQ of the average Ghanaian, sharp, high. But when it comes to stealing, even God is not able to tell how the average Nigerian, Ghanaian, average African is so much of a thief. If that great mind was channeled into science, we will be building rockets. America will not come near us. After all, we built America. So COVID-19 has returned. What are we doing? We are waiting for the West to think for us again. All the wonderful herbs we have. You sit in a trotro, a man can come and sell you one herb that, in fact, takes care of 1 million diseases. This herb here, it can cure catarrh, gonorrhea, syphilis. It can cure cocoa, corticosteroid, where unum kakra na o de twitwi wo bema, we beye kesese banche. It's sad. What are we doing? Are we building our own medicines? Or we are still waiting for them to cook that in their kitchen and give to us? It's like the man who manufactures the virus and then he gives you an antivirus. You would have to pay to renew every time. Think about it. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Hey! Hey-yo! Woyo! It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonamo. And here we speak truth to power. All right, so let's speak your mind. Remember to share the broadcast, like, and comment. Okay? Let's see the comments that are coming in. All right? Okay. So we have JDSGH. Says, greetings. We are live. Woyoy. Sweet Papito says, Amaraba Rasta Sabele. Hey, come here. Woyoy. Regina Dole says, hello, Blakk Rasta, my dear. Love, 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 Regina. Kojo Wangful says, no politics. Yes, only patriotism. Stephen Jackson says, good evening, Mr. Blakk Rasta. Woyoy. Gosway Jata says, come here. Woyoy. Regina Dole comes back to say, who cares about his age? He needs to face the consequences. 95 years old. Yes. A 95-year-old man was jailed in the UK last month about a rape case that happened when he was a young man. The chickens must come home to roost. That's what she's saying. Aminja. It says, it is the show and the voice of the patriots, footing firmly on the truth. We give thanks for your steadfastness and the cause, my Lord. Love and respect from Ambazonia to one and all on board Black Empire TV. So this is salute, soldier. We truly miss you. It brings goose pimples all over me, man. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Ambazonia. Yes. Aminja. Wow. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. We appreciate you and we love you, my brother. Love and respect. Yeah. To my darling says, they should consider his age in what sense? I don't understand. His facial expressions have no handsome on Black Empire TV. Dash him away. As my Prof. Blakk Rasta would say, one love, Ghana first. Regina Dole says, well said. Zacha Emmanuel, a.k.a. Governor from Wusuta, says, how are you, grandfather? It's been a while. Oh, yes. Respect. Godfather. He said Godfather, not grandfather. Respect, my brother. One love. All right. Any more comments? Mubarak MBK says, now that you know, what will you do? Pat Awo says, greetings from my end, Blakk Rasta. James Brown says, I love the way you always digest your topics. Woyo. Owusu Efriye Samuel says, se kukram amferi se obese wohine swa. Unso emferi se udi asawa betareso. Sakukram amferi se obese wo hine swa. Woso emferi se udi asawa betareso. Samuti ase. Sakukram amferi se obese wo hine so. Woso emferi se udi asawa betareso. Sese unam hona obi a hwe asawa kokram nti. If Maxwell Kofi Jumah'S couldn't consider his age and frail condition to commit a crime against the law, why should the law consider his age and health condition? And I don't know. Nana Ousua Kasa. Se kokram amferi se obese wo hwene so a. Also emferi se udi asawa betare so. Hey. With tree power, with tree no aba. Aside for to me and kind tree. Alaji Sofo says, when he Kofi Jumah was stealing, didn't he notice his age? Why did the president even put him there? Way past retirement age. Was he the only person with that kind of skill? If yes, then I understand. Omaiba Nana Nyansahini Angwa says, Blackpot, woyoy. Sunday Iron says, fire on Blakk Rasta, I'm watching. You from Nigeria, Badagry. Hey, Badagry, how una day? I like Badagry. My former, anyway, I leave it here. Pat Awo says, no mercy for the Alanta. No mercy for the cripple. Let alone the Alanta. Jochi Paul says, greetings, Blakk. Keep the fire burning, and we are all going to make sure it touches the old irresponsible hypocrites and those still in power. in and out of power. We'll deal with them. Said Wisaka says, Black Rasta greetings from Tokyo. Respect. Moshi Moshi. Moshi Moshi. Mark Romeo Forrest says, present. Professor Blakk, sir. All right. Patao, how are you doing? Omai Banya Sahini Angwa says, Blakk, I think Maxwell Kofi Jumah'S has been a thief since his early age and was able to steal the taxpayers' money with the help of the NPP government led by the professional thief Nana Akufo-Addo. How on earth would a car that cost over $100,000 be sold to Kofi Jumah'S for 4,500 Ghana cedis? He says 4,900 Ghana cedis. Blakk, Ghana has to find a special day to thank whoever voted against Akufo-Addo and Baumia. Watching you live inside Koko State, Ekwapi Mampo. Well, he's sad. That's his in-law. He married the president's daughter. That's what we were told. I wasn't at the wedding, so I don't know. Samuel Dunfer says, I really enjoyed your program today. Okay. We enjoyed having you around. Come again. Yeah? Mark Romeo Forrest says, Professor Blakk. Whoa. Okay. Minje. Oh my God. Minje. Ambazonia. Love and respect, my brother. Omaiba Nananya Sayini Angwa is giving us golden stars. I hear one of those stars is equivalent to 1 million Ghana, in fact, cedis. So count them and multiply by 1 million Ghana. Sean Street Storm says, why, Blakk, fire them hard, fully jack up. All right. Blessed love. Hey, brother. Yeah, man. Okay. So we'll take the second batch soon. But to my brethren, Minje, one more time, salute. No fire, next story. And this is the last one. 40 excavators seized. 33 missing. Please, missing is M-I... Okay. Yeah, missing. Missing. I-N-G at the end. I-N-G at the end. Missing. Yeah? M-I-S-S-I-N-G. All right? All right. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. All right. All right. My head is doing me chaka, 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 like that. Okay. Missing. Okay. Hanna Bissiw worried. We know Hanna Bissiw, don't we? All right. We know Hanna Bissiw. You know Hanna Bissiw, right? Very pretty woman. I like her. She used to be my crush several years ago. That's her. If she wasn't married, I'm sure I'll take her on. I'll take her on a boat in the polluted Galamsey waters, so that whilst we are in there, going like that, paddling, we'll be singing, Asim Bonanga, Asim Bonafu Mandela too. Very pretty woman, African woman. She is angry. She is a member of the task force team. In fact, she is an appointee tasked to fight Galamsey. She said they have worked hard to seize 40 excavators, which they took to the police. A few hours later, they went back to the police and realized that 33 of those were missing. Only 7 remained. Wow! If this was the police under Nana Akufo-Addo, then we would understand after our party in Yaska. But this is supposed to be the police under Mahama. Am I correct? Let's get the detail. Watch this. 33 excavators I handed to police have gone missing. Dr. Hanna Bissiw Korte. Now, Dr. Hanna Louisa Bissiw Korte, administrator of the Minerals Development Fund, has expressed grave concern following the disappearance of 33 excavators that were in police custody after an anti-Galamsey operation. Now, according to her, 40 excavators were handed over to the police for safekeeping because there were no low-bed vehicles available to transport the equipment from the Galamsey sites. However, speaking in an interview on Adum FM, Dr. Bissiw Kote, who also serves as the national women's organizer of the governing National Democratic Congress, disclosed that only 7 excavators remained when her team returned the following morning. Just less than 24 hours, 33 missing. We handed over 40 excavators to the police. But when we returned the next day, only 7 were left. I spoke with the police commander about the incident because I was unhappy with it. Right now, the 7 we managed to recover are being held. She added that the experience informed a change in strategy during her next operation at Atetem. So during my next operation at Atetem, I went with engineers as well as uniformed and plainclothes police and military officers. I also wore body armor because the last time we were ambushed and even came under fire. The engineers I brought along ensured that the excavators, which had trackers installed to prevent us from moving them, were successfully removed from the Galamsey sites. Dash. They say when the birds learn to fly without perching, the hunter must learn to shoot without missing. My brother, my sister. So this is what is happening. Which police was handed this to? Where is the IGP? Can you sanction them? That's what a serious nation does. Kai, God knows. He knew from Tete why he never made me president. This country would have been better than America. Better than England. My brother, how can you seize 40 excavators? Make the police in charge of this. Police, not land guards. My brother, my sister, less than 24 hours later you come and all these excavators that had trackers installed on them and could only be moved by the owners had only 7 left. The rest were taken away. Did the police fall asleep? Did they shoot and kill the police on duty? What was the problem? Did I say more? It means we're not a serious people. I want to plead with you, IGP. Please deal with this. I don't need to tell you that. It's an indictment on the police. Clear daylight. A government appointee is taking the police to the cleaners. Do something. Dashman. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. May I see the last comments? And we are done for the day. El Minje. Thank you so much for this beautiful studio. You did so well with this. We appreciate you and we love you. All these things that you see here, they were built by El Minje, Louis Minje, a.k.a. Ambazonia. Amba. We appreciate you. Okay. Now let's look at the comments. And we'll be gone in no time. All right? All right. Remember to take our numbers rolling on the screen right now and do business with us. Remember, we are on all social media platforms, right from X, all through Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and even YouTube. All right? Tom Paul says, wow, this is what I call professor of journalism. Love and respect, my brother. Larry Parkwesimo says, watching you live in Dusseldorf, Germany. Kudos, Blakk, for your education always. Salute, my brother. All right? Okay. Regina Adole says, monster criminal. That is a Ghanaian for you. Well said, Blakk Rasta. Official Westland Survival says, oh, Amagana. Umar Farouk says, bless, Blakk Rasta. Francis Siaglo says, good work, Rasta. Oi, oi. Kofi Azuma says, greetings to my brother, Blakk Rasta. How are you doing this blessed Wednesday? Says, greetings to all my brothers and sisters here. With much love this blessed Wednesday. All right? Okay. Kofi Azuma, we appreciate you and we love you, right? And he says, can you all watching this live streaming right now, click on the like button and subscribe and donate to the channel. Call all your friends and family members and tell them to come and watch and listen to the truth with Blakk Rasta. All right? To my darling says, 33 excavators missing. And yet, bus stop boys know they get excavator to this. Okay, I know what. The silt, one of GH gutters, Sad. Oh, my mother Ghana. Motherland Ghana. Kofi Azuma says, share this live stream on all your social media platforms. Okay? So this is where it all comes to an end. I greet my people in Togo. Keep putting pressure on the dirty government of foreigner Singbe. Please keep doing what you can do to get that dirty guy out. And to those in Cameroon, another dirty guy is there. He's called Paul Biya. Get him out. There's another dirty guy in Uganda. They call him Museveni. Get the dirty boy out. My brother, my sister, Africa must be devoid of all these leeches. It's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kokoshonomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, it will be tomorrow. At exactly 6 p.m., we close at 7 p.m. At this point, I just want to say I love you. God be with you. Hey! Who are you? Who are you?